There comes a moment in every person's life when they feel an inner pull they cannot ignore, an unsettling whisper that something within them has been buried, forgotten, or denied. This whisper grows louder the more we try to silence it. It shows up as unexplained anger, fear, insecurity, jealousy, self-sabotage, or emotional heaviness we can't explain. And one day, we realize the truth. The most dangerous things in life do not live outside of us. They live within us. This is the beginning of shadow work, the courageous journey into the unconscious mind. The shadow is a concept introduced by Swiss psychologist Carl Jung, who believed that every human being carries a hidden side, traits, emotions, memories, instincts, and truths we've rejected, suppressed, or were taught to feel ashamed of. The shadow is not evil. It is simply everything we refuse to look at. And because we refuse to look, it grows stronger in the dark. Shadow work is the process of bringing this hidden part of ourselves into the light. It is the act of facing the parts we've denied, the anger we pretend not to feel, the insecurities we hide behind confidence, the desires we bury under guilt, the wounds we label as weakness, and the emotions we hide even from ourselves. Shadow work is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming whole. The unconscious is not a gentle place. It is vast, raw, and honest. It contains the real reasons we fear intimacy, success, failure, or abandonment. It holds the memories we avoid, the truths we ignore, and the emotions that leak out when we least expect them. But entering the unconscious is not a mission of punishment. It is a mission of liberation. When we stop running from our shadow, it stops chasing us. Shadow work begins with awareness. You must look at your emotional reactions as messages rather than mistakes. Why does someone else's confidence irritate you? Why do you feel threatened by rejection before it even happens? Why do you get angry at people who express traits you secretly wish you had? Every intense reaction you feel is a clue. The shadow speaks through triggers, patterns, and projections. When something sets you off, it's rarely about the situation. It's about the wound beneath it.
Another key part of shadow work is reclaiming the parts of yourself that you abandoned. As children, we quickly learned which emotions were acceptable and which ones brought punishment or shame. We hid what made us vulnerable. We hid what made others uncomfortable. We hid our authenticity to survive. And the shadow was born from everything we hid. When you begin shadow work, you slowly bring these disowned parts back into your awareness. You give space to the child inside you who was never allowed to cry. You acknowledge the anger you swallowed for years. You admit the cravings, dreams, and needs you pretended not to have. You confront the masks you've worn, the lies you've told yourself, and the boundaries you never enforced. The process is not easy, but it is profoundly freeing. Shadow work also involves taking responsibility, not for everything that happened to you, but for how it shaped your beliefs about yourself. You cannot control the pain you were given, but you can choose whether it becomes poison or power. Jung believed that the shadow contains not only darkness, but also untapped potential. The qualities you admire in others often exist inside you, buried under years of doubt or fear. Your shadow holds strength, creativity, intuition, passion, and clarity you pushed away because someone once told you they were too much or not enough. The deeper you go, the more you discover that the shadow is not your enemy. It is your unhealed protector. Every wounded part of your psyche was formed with one goal: to keep you safe. The fear that stops you from trusting people. It protected you once. The anger you carry? It shielded you from harm. The walls you built? they kept you from breaking. Through shadow work, you learn to thank these parts, not hate them. You integrate them instead of rejecting them. In the end, the journey into the unconscious is not about defeating the shadow. It is about understanding it. When you face what you fear inside yourself, nothing outside yourself can control you anymore. Shadow work is the path to emotional mastery, self-awareness, and inner freedom. It is the doorway to becoming whole, the bridge between who you were and who you are meant to become. And the truth is simple. The shadow isn't the darkness you should fear. It's the darkness you must finally understand.